Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a very highly requested video today. I am going to show you how to do your brows, honey. It's easy, trust me. Disclaimer, I am by far not an expert. I'm not a makeup artist. This is just what I do to my brows. And I get a lot of compliments on it, and a lot of people ask me like, what do you do? How do you start them? Like, where did you begin? Like, it wasn't much trial and error, but once I got the hang of it, it became super easy. So this tutorial is something that I feel like everybody can use. I'm gonna say most people. I mean, I say everybody, because I need a few items, and once you kind of do it a few times and you get used to it, it's gonna come natural to you. My goal when I do my brows always to make my eyebrows look like they're related. Like, can y'all at least, now y'all not gonna be twins, but sisters, first cousins. Like, it's important for your brows to look good, and this tutorial is going to help you, trust me. Of course, there are a few house rules before we get started with the video. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Just go ahead and press the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can know when I post a video, because I'm coming, you guys. I'm letting y'all have it one after another. So yeah, subscribe, comment, like, and let's get into the video. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to be using for this video. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Granite. I'm using this amazing brush by ABH as well. Number 14 has a spoolie on the end. The other end is slanted. I really love this brush. It is amazing for eyebrows. Also from ABH, I'm not sponsored by them, you guys, but I'm going to be using the Brow Wiz in the color Ebony. I'm also going to be using the Brow Definer in the color Granite. And this item is kind of optional because I use it because I don't feel like my eyebrow hairs are thick enough. So if your eyebrow hairs are thick, I don't think you need this item. The difference between the two is the definer has a thicker end and the Wiz is really skinny. And it's just gonna show you that later on how that works. Gonna be needing some concealer. Normally I would do a concealer that highlights, but today I'm just gonna keep it a little natural and use a concealer that's closer to my skin tone. And I'm gonna be using my LA Pro concealer in the color Fawn. I love this for eyebrows because it has like a brush-like end and it just is so easy. And the next item that I'm going to be using is the NAC brush 263. It's just a slanted brush, and you'll see what we use that for. Just a regular old foundation brush as well. So the first thing you need to do is kind of examine the shape of your eyebrow, because you want to know like how you're going to want your eyebrow to look. Is you want to follow the natural shape, and then you want to kind of measure where does your eyebrow end. Like, you don't want to go too far. So this is an important step. So we're starting with the Brow Wiz, and what we're going to do is go straight into following that natural line of your eyebrow. So I normally just start at the bottom and just kind of go where most of the hairs are going. And when I get to the top of my eyebrow, I just kind of start halfway, because you don't want to make it look too outlined. So you just want to kind of shape it up halfway, and whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So, and with the Brow Wiz, I kind of just go back in and I create some false eyebrow hairs, just kind of going in that same direction in which my eyebrows are going. And you want to do this very lightly. You don't want to go too heavy. So just creating those little marks here and there, and then just kind of going back in over and over, using the same strokes each time. And you want to kind of get really sharp on the ends, and then take your spoolie brush and just kind of brush it out, because you want to be able to want those lines to blend in with your natural eyebrow. And again, like what I said, whatever you do to one side, please do to the other. Like, some people, they'll have one good eyebrow and then the other one is, oh my god, a mess. So you can already see that my eyebrows are becoming defined. So this step right here is optional because I feel like my eyebrows are very light. I don't have a lot of eyebrow hairs, as you can see in the beginning. So this step, I kind of just want to do the same thing I was doing with the Brow Wiz, but this just creates bigger strokes. And so it's going to make my eyebrows look a little bit thicker than what they normally would look like. And I'm, again, just going very lightly from the front to the back, not pressing too hard. You don't want your eyebrows to be super dark. But girl, if you like it, I love it. Some people want their eyebrows to look painted on. I'm just not that girl. We're here for natural brows. Next thing I'm going to be using is the ABH brush number 14 and my dip brow pomade. So what I typically do is get a little bit of the product on the brush end, and then I kind of scrape the excess off because you don't want to put too much. It's super dark. They didn't have the color when I went to go get mine last time I ran out, so I ended up getting granite. I'm not scared of the dark color because I'm not doing very light strokes. So this is where your eyebrows become a little bit more defined. You go in, you do the same thing as the brow is, but you're taking the back of the brush and you're just stroking upward to make those false eyebrow hairs. And it almost looks like it's not doing anything, but you'll see after I do this, you'll see the brow kind of pop out a lot more. And this just takes a long time, so I just kind of sped it up a little bit. And this is where you want to get really sharp on the end because that brush is really skinny, so you want to make the end of your eyebrow very sharp. So this is the perfect brush for it. I highly recommend this for a beginner. This product is what I used when I first started doing my brows. I didn't even use the Brow Wiz. I started with this brush and the dip brow pomade, and it is amazing. But just really examine your eyebrows to figure out what color you need, because granite can be super, super, super dark, especially if you're a fair skin. So I'm also going to be using that same brush with the, I didn't go in and get more product. I'm just going to take it and brush upward to kind of get that fading effect. And then I'm going to always blend everything out with my spoolie, just so there are no marks that are showing. And again, get that line super, super, super defined. So next is my favorite part, is the concealer. So this concealer is great because of the brush-like end, and you can go right in and you're going to outline your eyebrow. You want to get as close to the brow as possible. And as you guys can see, I have some extra eyebrow hairs that I probably should have got waxed off before I did this, but my eyebrows take forever to grow, so I don't even pay any mind. The concealer covers it up enough for me. And then you want to go to the top of your brow and just line that, and again, get really, really, really close, because you don't want that your skin to kind of like have that color and that space in between, so it looks like it's not done. And then you want to connect those lines in the middle, because you're going to actually blend this concealer out into your skin. Don't be afraid. Do this very slow if you're a beginner. And then we're going to take that MAC brush and we're going to blend that out. This helps you get really crisp lines, get really close to your eyebrow, and just kind of blend it out as best as you can. Don't put too much highlight on, too much concealer, I mean. Just kind of enough, and then whatever excess you have, this brush can pick it up and just move it out of the way. That's why I love this brush. And so I'm just going to be blending that out and getting my lines super sharp. And this is the part where you end your eyebrow. You see how I'm measuring it, making sure it's stopping right at the corner of my eye, and cutting that line off. And then I'm just gonna blend out the middle part. You don't want to leave that part empty. And you also use this brush to just kind of like define those edges, get them really, really, really clean. And this brush is amazing. I highly recommend if you're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna take the foundation brush and blend everything out into the skin. A lot of people do their eyebrows after they do their foundation, and I'm like, girl, I am scared. I have to do my eyebrows first. You're just gonna blend as best as possible. This concealer kind of looks light on me, but it's really not. I think it's just coming across like that in the camera. And there you have it, y'all. That's all you have to do. Normally I go back in with my Brow Wiz and I just kind of clean everything up, make sure there's like no harsh lines showing, and blending everything out with my spoolie. I definitely want the front of my eyebrows to look super natural, and so I go in, just make sure those hairs are in the proper position, kind of just brushing up and then brushing to the side of my eyebrow, just making sure everything is nice and neat. And there it is, the finished product. Guys, it's so easy to do your brows. Pause this if you need to, stop and take it step by step. I promise you, if you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it and your brows will be snatched. I promise. But here's the finished product. So after this, I normally just do my full face and I'm good to go. So that's how I slay my brows. Went ahead and did the full face just so you guys can see like the full picture of what your eyebrows will look like. In the end, once you add your foundation, you get your contour going, it's going to look perfect. I kind of didn't finish my makeup because I realized, girl, I gotta go to the gym, so I'm about to be in here looking like with a full beat. I'm like, let me slow down because this is all probably about to sweat off in the next couple minutes. But here it is. I hope you guys like it. Yeah, let me zoom in so you guys can kind of see. So yep. That's how you slay your brows, honey. Like I said before, your brows will look 10 times better if you get them waxed and kind of cleaned up, or microbladed, or whatever you use to kind of clean the extra hairs off. But it'll look 10 times better. I have time to go get them done all the time, and then my eyebrows don't really grow that much. So let me know how you do your brows. I'm here for suggestions and just seeing what you guys do. So let me know how you do it, and you know, your spin on what you like. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said before, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.